Hello,
Let's
Lori.
go.
Hello, Barry.
Here we
Hello,
go.
Cheryl.
Hi,
Hey,
guys.
Robert.
Good
Everybody
evening
doing well
on
on
all.
Sunday?
Yep.
Good evening on all our channels. By the way, we've just gone live and we're getting ready for tonight's training on Elmessenger Pro, and we're going to talk about setting up your Facebook group in a moment. But say hello to everyone in the room. So we've got Cheryl's in the room, Barry, and Laurie, and of course Robert and myself, and anyone else who's watching on here. The links for Zoom is actually above the video, I think, in the description, which is where most people will find it. It's not the usual link because I don't have time to set one up. So I just chucked it in the chat. So anyone who's watching on here can pop into the Zoom room. You're quite welcome to come in and meet us and have a chat. And but we're going to get going very shortly. We'll just give people a couple more minutes to get in and make sure everyone's okay. I had a lovely day today. I took the kids out to a place to do pumpkin carving, and so that's quite nice, quite good fun. So got them out of the house for a few hours, which is what we need to do. So excellent. Like I said, we'll just give people a couple more minutes. Did you guys see, Laurie? Did you see the notification come up in Facebook for the live?
For this meeting?
Yeah.
No, I did not. But I also wasn't on my computer. So.
All right. So because Facebook stopped sending out notifications at times. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up Elmessenger Pro to add all you guys in a tag for meetings, and then I can send out an earlier message to anyone who's inside of Elmessenger Pro or the inner circle, and that way then you get to see what we're talking about accordingly. So, and admit, I'll just take off the waiting room because going to be a bit annoying after a while, won't it, Robert? So
the bangs and the bangs and the bing bangs and the bang bangs.
Yeah. So it's quite good. I think Mr. Dimmock's joined us, right? But Mr. Dimmock's name's Karen right now, which is quite good. So
Some cool backgrounds, Robert and Stephen.
Well, I because we're doing so well, right, I went out and bought an office, as you can tell. It's not. It doesn't even look like it's in England, but I'm just pretending it is in sleepy town called Crewcan. And it's amazing how nowadays sleepy little towns have high-rise buildings behind me. But it's well, you can even apparently turn on that telly if I find this is that side. Yeah, I'll try and turn on the telly. I know it's broke. Never mind. So
yeah, we don't have enough money to fix the TV.
No.
We can buy an office, but we don't have enough money to fix the TV.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe I'll try and fix it for next week. Maybe that's what we try and do. So welcome, Mr. Steve Dimmock. How are you?
I'm good. I'm fighting with software at the moment. That's what I'm doing.
Fighting with software.
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Hopefully not ours.
No, not yours. No.
Are you getting the support from that software?
I haven't put a ticket in yet.
Because I always say,
Mm-hmm.
if you're struggling with something, right? I used to struggle a lot with some softwares out there, and I'll go and look for the videos, and a lot of them don't have the videos, and oh my god, what am I going to do next? And I've learned to put a ticket in. And a little tip for you: if you're thinking of buying something, whether that's on a lifetime deal or on a monthly, go and find their support desk and pop a ticket in and see how long they take to come back to you. Just a general question, go, my friend's got this and I'm interested if he can do X, Y, Z. Just look up something on their sales page and see how long they take to come back to you. So if they don't, then obviously they don't want to support you. Any of our softwares, if someone's got a question, they can ping myself or Robert a question on Messenger, and we'll always come back to you and if need be, we do a call. So it's a good little test to see how good they really are, which is what I did with CloudKey and the Elmessenger team. I raised a support ticket on a question, a couple of months ago when I first got it, just before I got Elmessenger. They came back the same day, and then they got me all set up. So, and ever since their support's been really, really good, which is why, as you guys know, I only recommend softwares that I believe in, I use, and I know it's going to be reliable. And
I think more established companies are trying to be better. about support. I think there are some that are stepping up.
Yeah.
There's still the mass majority that no, you're not even going to get a support desk to contact. You're just going to get your money taken from you very swiftly, and then figure it out on your own if it works.
And I've had a few products off of AppSumo that unfortunately haven't lived up to expectations. AppSumo is very good if it's within its refund period to just go and hit the refund button in the back office and you get your money back. I think that's really good. But when it comes down to outside that refund period and the company's gone, we've had enough, goodbye. I mean, you got to take AppSumo as more as a, something for startups. Someone's just released a piece of software, they've got to get their investment back and they're going to put it on AppSumo. What people don't realize is AppSumo actually take 50% of the money if you advertise with them, right? And that I think there's I think it's silly percentages anyway. If you end up with a third or something like that, because I think a part of it's advertising, a part of it's for them. So I think 50% is the running cost, and then the rest is split between you and AppSumo. I think. Don't quote me on that, but so I did look into it, and I went, well, if I was going to do anything on AppSumo, I'm just going to put a course out for $1. Right. And in that course, at some point, I'm going to talk about a product that then is going to lead people into buying that product from me. And guess what? Split $1 up between AppSumo, advertising, and myself is a lot less painful than putting a product on there for $9.97. So, just a thought. Maybe AppSumo will, since I've said that, they're going to see this probably. They're going to go, we're shutting it down. We're going to close it down. But anyway, we've given enough time for people to get in. And if you are watching on one of our channels, you can, in the description, follow the link to Zoom if you want to be on Zoom, or just watch on social media. We're not monitoring the chat, by the way, guys. So if there's a question, then we may miss it, unfortunately. So you do need to come into Zoom to ask questions. And anyone watching this is welcome to pop in. So first step, the guys who are in the room, me and Robert, just before we came on, we're talking about three niches, which I've forgotten most of them, but one because we're going to look at Facebook groups and setting them up. So one was going to be make money online. The second one was a local business group, wasn't it, Robert?
Yeah, or online marketing for local.
Yeah. Do you remember the third one? Because I can't.
And
if there's a suggestion from you guys, pop a suggestion in the chat, please do.
we mentioned social media, but any
social media marketing.
Yeah, I like the B&I groups. I like the localized trade groups.
Yeah. So let's put one in the chat if you want me to go with Make Money Online as a group. 2 in the chat for local business marketing, or 3 for general social media marketing, and we'll see what we get. We're getting 2s, 2, all 2s. Well, there we go. So we're going to do a local business group in my local area to see who I can get into that group. So I'm going to share my screen, but first I've got to move a box out of my way because that's going to annoy me. And I'm going to come over to Facebook. So now some people be familiar with this. Can you see my Facebook screen all right?
Yep.
Cool. Some people be familiar with this and some people won't. And it all comes down to, I'm going to show you the basic steps, and then we're going to move forward with actually setting up the account and how I do it. So the first step is obviously I'm going to look for local business groups. I'm going to put my hometown in and we'll have a look. So we got Crewcomb Business Directory, Small Business Promotion UK, and we can see all. And these are some of the groups I will want to join myself. And so let's have a look. We'll join the notice board. We got 3,500 people in here. Let's have a look. Please describe why you want to join this group. But looking.
Because Lori told me to.
before. I'm not quite sure. What do they do on it? A place for those in Crewkern area who have a connection to Crewkern to post notes and share ideas. Looking to share ideas as I am based in Crewkern. We'll see if I get. I never worry if a group goes, no, you're not joining. I don't care. I go, okay, never mind, your loss. So we've got 835 members in Crewkern Business Directory, so I'll join that. And small business promotion. Let's have a look. I agree to be kind and courteous and really upset everyone in the group. There we go. Small business promotion with 14K, so we'll do that. And let's have a look. Free business advertising UK, we'll join that. Might be advertising their group, my product, you never know. Local business group, I'm not in Southend, Southwest and UK, that might be okay. Do you agree with the rules? Yeah, I agree. Do you agree with the group rules? Group rules, I agree with the group rules.
What are the group rules?
I don't ever read them because I'm going to be kind and polite anyway in a group. If they want to boot me out, I'm not going to cry about it, you know. Business startups, so we join that one as well. UK small businesses, join that in case. Oh, hello, another one. If you are a business, you must register before posting. We are growing. How do I register then? If you're a business, members every week and hit 100,000 members this year. Please leave your email below for more information. Right. So we'll put in. So I might make one up because I don't think they're going to check. I'll do one I don't check. Don't do this anymore. By the way, in Google, what you can do is you can hit the little plus button, right? And then you can do UK, S for UK small business, and then at gmail.com. So by doing this little bit here, your own Gmail account would be this first part. Your second part would be at, and you can do plus whatever you want to make new email addresses up inside of Google that then come into your system, into your main Google account. So if you had abc@gmail.com, you can then go abc+1@gmail.com, +2@gmail.com, and so on. And all emails will come into your main email box. And then if you get fed up with receiving spam, you just divert that email address into the spam folder under rules. So you can just get rid of it. So we advise taking a look at a discount article found pinned in the post. Have access. Okay, thank you. What's this other thing? It helped many businesses as possible in the light of the recent living cost and see. You'll visit our website to see. Yeah, want to reach more customers. I agree to the group rules. Submit. There you go. Martop's a little area near me. There's you can see there's lots of groups in the local area that I'm going to join one more. We won't go through this too much later on. I'll come back. I may even search for Somerset, which is my county as well. So we can do a search under if I type tonight. Oh, hang on. Business groups. Somerset. So once again, we've got a few others here that that we can go and join. See if they ask me any questions. Get started by submitting the request for. Are you inside Somerset? Yes. I will post only things related to Somerset. Yes, I agree. Advertise your business, Somerset. We join that. Small business advertising, Somerset. So there's lots of, you can see there's lots of groups. So I'm not going to spend out too much longer. Small Business Association, join. So now what we can do, I've joined some groups and I'll probably come back and start joining some more groups. So now we need to come up with a name for the group. So we hit a little Facebooky button and we click on groups and we go create new group. And now I need to come up with a group name. Any suggestions, Robert, or anyone in the room that you think I must put Somerset and Crewkern in it, maybe, or just Somerset's bigger. So rather than me go directly for Crewkern, I'll probably go for something Somerset because it's a wider area. I could even put in Dorset and Devon, which are counties that back onto Somerset here in the UK. So,
what is the final purpose of what the group is going to do?
What the group's going to do is encourage people to come in and share business ideas, right? And sort of help one another out in business, because I don't want to do I'll be honest, I don't want to do too much work in this group, right? So by encouraging people to come in and do the work for you is the key to this. Okay, that's the main key. It's a bit like marketing online, right? Business tips in Somerset. That's quite nice, Barry. I like that. But the idea is like business help and support. If I was doing a marketing thing, or SaaS software is a good example. If I was going to do a SaaS software group, I would say to people, come in and post your SaaS software or your lifetime deals, yeah, and let people post themselves inside the group. Then the group starts running itself. You see, so let's have a look. Somerset Small Business Dominator. That's quite nice. What other ideas have we got? I love the name, Mr. Hacker. Somerset Free Cookies for All. That's great. That's great. And Somerset Networking. That's quite nice as well. Sarah, I do like that. So it's the idea. The idea behind it, like I said, is to get people into a group and then start sharing their information. So I'm liking Somerset Networking.
Somerset Marketing Solutions.
Will local businesses understand the purpose using those lines is the question.
Well, if they're looking for marketing ideas.
Oh, Somerset Lead Generation and Business Automation Strategies. It's about community and networking and helping out each other. That's right. So it's along the lines of.
So business networking is where you want to stay.
What about Somerset Lead Generation and Business Networking?
There you go.
Because that's a mix of Laurie and Sarah's in here, right? And I think that may work well. So we can pop in here. Business networking. We'll make it public because we want everyone to find it, and we'll invite some friends. So I'm going to search for a few people in the group that are here right now. If I can find who I'm looking for, but I'll make sure everyone gets added anyway after this. What else we got in here? Harry. Let's have a look what else what I'm missing in here. I've completely forgotten your surname, Charlie, and hopefully I'm friends with you.
It should be Charlie Mills, I think.
There it is. Who have I missed? If I missed you, pop your name in the chat if I've missed you. And
you got Cheryl in there, and you got
Is it? I have to
It's
find her.
SHIRI. SHIRIO. Or you already have her.
I'll make sure she's added later. So I'll make a note. So, and there we go. Oh, there we go. Right. So now we're going to create the group. You lot will get all invited. I missed out Robert, the most important one in the room. So I need to, and I'll invite you, Robert. So invite friends from Facebook. And we'll search for Dunk. There we go. Robert's now invited. So now we've got the general group ready to roll, but obviously we want an image. And so let's let me get set up on here. Just get logged into one I can. You guys still see Facebook at the moment? That what you're looking at?
We're seeing how to launch a white label.
All right, I've shared my screen. I never remember if I share a window or a screen. So we're going to log into Usign. So I've got lots of different designs, as you can see with me pointing and stuff, but I'm going to look up on here, a new design. Usign have changed a bit because I hate the way this is. It's a bit buggy today. Let me hit this again. You're gonna let me do a new design? Well, they're doing well tonight, aren't they, Robert? So for now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to edit one of these, and I'm going to take myself out and just use the background. You select the Facebook one. There's different designs out there, designers out there anyway, so you can use whatever one you want. So let's bin myself on here, get rid of me. All right, we're going to get rid of that. Not going to use yellow. We'll use a nice red one. So I've still got it saved. And I'm going to work on this in time, just to tidy it up at some point. So click on that, bin that. That'll do for now. And I'll do a better one in the week. So we're going to download the JPEG. Then we come back here. Edit this. And upload a photo. That one there. Roughly in the middle. Save changes. Once it's saved, we can now come down and we'll put welcome to the group. Please say hello and know little bit about, I'll talk about that in a minute, your you and your business. Well, that's a nice color behind it, if it let me. Have a look, see what we got here. Post. So straight away now we've got this ready, and we can also do little bits and pieces like an admin assist, and we can decline posts, automatically remove posts, and we can set up. We can suspend people in here, and there was an option, and I've completely forgotten where it is, Robert. On the automations for questions in the group. Do you remember where that is, Robert? It's gone out of my
You
head
mean
today.
to ask questions would be group rules.
It's when people come in. It's the is it
I
part
think
of
it's
the group?
I think it is.
Let's have a look in here then. Be kind and courteous. No hate. Respect everyone. Be part of this group. I see. You can select one then.
I think you can select all of them.
Oh, I think you have to do one at a time. Yeah. Create. Dunk. And there we go. And we can add our own rules in here in time. So that's the group rules done. And I'm sure that there is and I've completely forgotten where it's gone. Maybe someone might remember. Have I mistyped something in there, Sarah? Is that in the post? I think I'll come back and edit that in a minute. So
It was in the image you created for the cover.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Tech business with one S. There you go.
It's been a long day. Been a long day. So, but it's quick to fix it anyway. We'll re-download that. We'll correct that in a minute. And let me see if I can remember where it is. It's completely gone out of my head. It might be in group settings. Because there's an option for set up group, new member intro, privacy, hide group. It's when people first come in and here we are. Approve all members posts off. Where's it gone? It says people come in, you ask for their email address and stuff, Rob, but I've completely forgotten where it is. I can always come back to it. I thought it used to be an admin assist.
I wonder if it's public. Maybe it doesn't let you do that.
Maybe. Moderation, group quality, group settings, growth, engagement, admin. I will find out where that is and I'll come back to it because I know it's somewhere. I'm just because it's been a long day with the kids and you get tired and you always forget. Let's come back to the home page and I come out of the group, which doesn't help. I'll click back. Get back to the group. Back again. There we are. Edit this. Let's update the image. Upload. There'll be this one here. See, that's where we've got Sarah in the group to keep an eye on me when I make mistakes. So we got the basic group set up. Like I said, I'll remind myself how to do the features where you can approve people automatically.
I can tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just looked it up. I Googled it. I did a free Google search. Okay, so go to manage, tap manage, then tap group settings.
Up.
And then tap manage.
All the
Group settings.
Group settings.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then tap ask pending members questions.
Let's have a look and see if we can find
And so you can ask them questions like if they own a business, do they live in the area?
Have a look. New member intro off. I can put one in if I want. Location, web address. Oh, by the way, that's a nice little feature, just so you're aware, right?
Yeah.
That we can put in here. Somerset. Lead. Generation.
That's all you need. You know what, Stephen? I would stop.
Yeah.
I would stop at lead generation, or
Okay.
I would stop it, or do only networking, because otherwise it'll be too long for people to type.
Okay. So there we go. It's now updated the URL at the top. So it's got a custom URL. And let's have a look.
Should be able to ask.
I think it might be in here. I think it might be in here. Approve. There we are. That's why I couldn't find it. So save that. I think who can participate in this group? Let's have a look.
And that's once they're in
Only
the,
profiles. That's okay. Location. I thought it'd be on right on here. I've been into it before. Book post. So I'm going to switch on. Normal on a new group as well. I like to switch this on for a while because otherwise, at first you might get people coming in and spamming the group, and you just got to be a bit careful. After a few weeks, you can sort of turn it off, and if someone's not being very nice, a group member will tell you. You can also make people managers of the group as well. So, and we can sort of see suggested defaults. I was looking for the ultimate thing. Link to pages, recommended groups, apps. I thought it was on here. Unless it has to be a private group, but I want it to be public. So
I found it.
yeah,
Here's a link. I'm gonna put it in the chat. And
okay.
it has a bunch of FAQs. And then if you scroll down to engage with your group as the category title. Now scroll down. Engage with your group
Okay.
right there.
Yeah.
And then the fourth question, you should be able to ask for the email there.
Yeah. So when you click groups in the left menu, select your group. If you don't see the group, see more, click group settings and then membership questions. Right. So that was down here, group settings. And we're looking for membership questions. And what does it say anything if you can't find it is a question. Click create, add, choose a check, click save. So is it?
You know what, if you want to keep going, I'll look
We
it up
requ-
exactly where it is. You know what?
It's really strange, isn't it, that this is in the right place. One thing that annoys me about Facebook is when they update stuff, they hide
Right.
things.
And they only do it,
I'm just going to look
right.
at add features as well, because just in case there's anything in here, it's unlikely, but no, definitely group. You'd expect it to be right here, wouldn't you? New member intro. Let's just see if that's got anything in here. Not in there. But we will carry on because I'm keen to not take up everyone's time tonight on groups. Let's find the one I was working on. Search for. Ways to come back, I think. Right. Let's get back to the main page. We'll find that later. It's hidden somewhere. Facebook's very kindly either moved it, or it could be that we have to have it as a private group, which isn't a problem. In fact, that's something we could test in theory. Is change this. Let's see what happens if we make it a private group. We can always switch it back. This change will happen in 3 days. Oh no, don't want to do that then. I'm wondering if when you first set a group up, if it's private, then it comes in on that. So we won't worry about that for now. We're just gonna come back now. So this group is pretty much ready to roll. Obviously, to warm it up, right, you can add people slowly. So I'd add people to the group initially, and then add regular posts in here. Over a week. So the next few days, I'm going to come back in here and add more and more posts in here and ask questions and get people involved. So no privacy. Okay. So what we will do is I want to show you the Elmessenger part now of getting the Elmessenger ready. for the point of view that then we're going to move on into the system, ready to pull people into other groups. All right. Now I'm just going to find my icon, and if I have to log in, I'll stop sharing my screen briefly because I can't remember my password. I'm hoping it's remembered. It always runs a little bit slow when I'm sharing the screen anyway. So here we are. So the best tip I can give anyone with Elmessenger Pro, once you're logged in, just to say one thing, you can when you get Elmessenger Pro through me or anyone else, you can have a different email address to your Facebook account. All right. Now the advice is, whilst you could run 2 Facebook accounts on here, right, the problem is the tags get all messed up and you get all confused with the tags. So if I logged out of Facebook now and logged into a different account, these tags will still be here, but they wouldn't work with that account because it's different friends you've got in the system. So the advice is only have one Facebook account linked up to each Elmessenger Pro account. All right. And that's the easiest way to do it. And another tip as well, when you start using Elmessenger Pro, do warm it up slowly. So if you're going to do friend requests in the system, do like five one day, leave it a day, do 10 another day, leave it a day, and do maybe 15 another day, leave it for a weekend, and then on a following week start upping it to like 5 one day, 10 the next, 20 the next day, 5 again, mix it up each day. And then eventually you want to get to a point where you can run it twice a day, like 5 in the morning, 10 in the afternoon, etc., etc. So it's really important just to warm your account up as you go along. All right, because otherwise you'll be in a situation that you can get all mixed up and all messed up. So what we're going to do now, there's a little tab that if you need help, by the way, with any of this, you can click on need help, and all the help and support's in there. There are Facebook groups there. Eventually, we're going to reskin this to DFY Messenger Pro, so we have our own version and our own Facebook group links, but that'll come out at a later time. We're going to come into the back office. And this is where I recommend you do all your work from, because it's much easier than trying to do it on a little tab up here. If you try and do stuff in here, this will become fun at the best of times. So I do everything in the back office. So I'm now going to create a new tag, and I'm going to label the tag my Somerset Business Group. So I know that anyone who I've tagged is going to be related to the Somerset Business Group. You can label these however you want. You could label it towards the group you are targeting if you're going to get one name for one group. We're now going to click on here, and what we want to be doing is setting up the segments. Okay, so when we go into a group and we start asking to be friends with people, we want to focus on those people accordingly and get them into a tag where we want them. Okay, so I'm going to first of all do my global segments, and you can see I've already got the welcome ones here. You can see I've done an awful lot in this account. I'll do a new segment, and I'm just going to start off with in your account. You can do it one of 2 ways. You can do cold leads, warm leads, hot leads, or you can do on the tags, or you can just do like I've done with the Somerset Business Group. So in here, I'm now going to pop in here a title. So I'm going to say welcome message. The global ones work in any of these tags. Okay, so the welcome message would be hello, and when I click on name, it puts the name tag in. All right, and then we're going to do a comma and a space. The reason I put a space in there is I found with this, if you don't put a space in, that when you do your next message, the next part of the message, it's too close together sometimes. So I like to put a space in. Click add variant. That's the hello one. We're now going to go hi. Click on here and do name, comma, add variant. Hope you are OK. Name. Add variant. So we got a few in here, and I'll come back and I'll keep adding them, like greetings, name, comma, space. And we can also add little smiley faces as well. So you could just go space, click on this, put a smiley face in, and put a comma and a space. So you can use these again and again by just adding different emojis inside of it as well. And we add variant. And if you want to copy any of these, so I go, okay, I want to do greetings again. Click 3 times on one of your tags, click copy, paste the tag back in, and I can now take off that smiley face, for an example, and just do a comma and a space. Add variant, add segment. So now, if we scroll down and have a look at the bottom here, I've got the welcome message. All right. And straight away, we've got that. So now we want to do a sign off message or end message. So I'm just going to come and do add new segment. Sometimes it will have stuff in here. I have mentioned it to them why it's doing it. I think it's to do with Google. So if Google Chrome, so if I just refresh a moment and let the back office come back up, when I click new segment now, it's all clear. All right. And so now we're gonna just do sign off dash goodbye or something like that. And now we want variants. So I can now do regards Steve and full stop space and variant. Do many thanks. My name and full stop space and that's what else we, but regards to if we can actually copy one of these. If you're short of ideas, click 3 times, copy it, and paste it in here. Take off the full stop, click on the emoji. We'll do that one, full stop space, add variant, and we'll just do one more. Copy that, paste it in there, do a different emoji on this one, full stop, and add variants. So what's going to happen with these as we go along is it's going to start off by picking, when we built the full message up, it's going to have like, it's going to first pick hello, and then the middle section I'll show you in a minute, regards Steve. The second one, it could pick hi John, and then we'll have the middle segment, and then the sign off would be many thanks Steve emoji, you know. So these are going to pick different segments as it goes along. We're now going to come back to tags, and I'm just going to find the one I've created. So we're going to go, there it is, Somerset. So now we want the middle bit, and this middle bit is purely for this tag only. All right. So we're going to click on message segments on the end, add new segment, and we're now going to type in here this is sort of the middle bit, that I see you in the same group. All right. So we can put I see you're in the same group. And we will add variant. Copy. So we put that in there, add that variant there. So now we know that's going to be I see you in the same group. And then we can paste this in again, and we can do I noticed that we are in the same group, and add variant. And for now, we just add that in there. So now we've got the middle section here. So also want to add to this as well as a middle part, the actual group name. So if we come back to Facebook and come out help, and let's go and look for Somerset. Oh, business groups. So if I've got access to one, so this one here straight away, we can visit it. I've got access to the group, and we're just going to grab this here. Oh, copy this. Now we can come back to the back office, and in the middle, remember this is selecting the Somerset tag I picked and the message segment here, and we're going to add a new message segment. Okay, and it's going to title this straight away, Small Business Advertising Somerset, and we'll paste the same in here and add the variant. And I only ever with the group name do it once per group. All right. So now we've got the start, the middle, and the end. Okay. Now there's one more global bit that I may want to add, and so we can come back to global segments, because I've realised I've done welcome and sign off, but I may want the bit where it goes, hope you don't mind me linking up with you. So we're going to do new segment up here. Friends request, and we get a bit in here. Hope you do not mind linking up with you. Stop space. Add the variant. Hope that mind me becoming. I'll crack that in a minute. Friends. Just go to that off that. Let's just make sure. Space. Hope you don't mind me becoming friends with you. Space. Add variant. So, and we add this segment. Oh, what if I've got a title? If I've got a title, segment audio. Okay, so let's go, friend. Let's go Somerset, because I've already got one of these. Somerset friend request. Segment. There we go. Right. So now at the bottom in the globals, I've got welcome message, the middle bit, and the sign off. These are all global segments. So we're now going to come back to tags. And once we're in tags itself, Somerset Business. Now we're ready to create the actual full message itself. All right. So we come into message templates, and you can create multiple message templates. So we're going to add a new message template. And first we're going to go to global, and I'm going to find my welcome message. That's hi, hello, how are you, whatever you put in there, and the person's name. I'm now going to go on to go. I'm now going to say, I see we're in the same group. So in the middle tag, and let me just find the right bit on here. These should have come up. Now, why there's no data in here, I don't know. Let me come back out, because I'm sure I've got message segments in there. Let's check. Did I put them in the wrong one? Let's refresh a minute in case it's messing up. You can see how you can easily get confused. So let's just have a look and see what's happened. Here we are, it's in there now. So if it messes up, refresh like I did, and make sure that you've got your middle segments there. Now we can add the new message, and we start off with global, and we go welcome. Now we go to the middle section. I say, I see we're in the same group, and also I'll mention the group name, and then I'll do the sign off afterwards. So sign off. And that's a very good tip. Cheryl's just said she finds it easier to write messages down on a notepad, so you can clarify them before copy and pasting them into here. So that's a brilliant tip. Thank you, Cheryl's, for that. So now we've got the welcome message. I see we're in the same group. The name of the group. The reason I've done it this way is if I want to create another template in the system, and you'll see in a minute what I mean by that. We've got one template already. If I was then to pick another group, I've got all these messages pre-set up. So I can come back to Facebook and we can click the back button and we can scroll down and see if there's any others that I am now a member of. Let's have a look down. So like this one here. That's ours. So I told you it's been a long day. Let's try this one. Right. So now I can grab this instead. I can copy this. You're absolutely right, Sarah, and I should correct that in a bit. And I'll show you how I correct things inside the system as well. So what we can do as well is we can do add new message template again, right? And this time, I want to add a middle segment again. So we now want to do add new middle segment, and we can now label this as that, and paste in the variant, and add variant, and add segment. So now I've got the different variations of these groups, all right? And it means now when I come back to message templates, I can add a new message template, and straight away I can go welcome, middle tag. I see that we're in the same group, and we come down to tag, and one of these will hopefully be the right one. Let's see what that one says. Association. So the first one was advertising, this one's association, and then we can do this global sign off. So sign off, done. And we can add template. Now, when we come to run the system in someone's group, and I'll show you that in a minute, you need to make sure you select the right one of these before running it. So we're in the tag Somerset business, and I would select this one if I'm running this inside the small business association. So make sure it's selected. So now, first thing I want to do is on Sarah's Eagle Eyes, I want to come back and change this here. Instead of CU, it should be YOU''RE. So we can now come into this middle segment here, edit this, and because I've only done two, right? This is the one I want to copy. 3 clicks. Hit the X, take it out, paste this back in there. Let's find the right apostrophe. Get in the right place, and now click add variant. So now we've got that corrected, and also I can correct it up here just to be finicky. Right. And click save. Now what's great is when we come back to the message templates, these update automatically. So as you add more and more in the local segment for this tag, or in the global segments, they just keep adding. All right. So when this message runs, and I'll show you it running in a minute, it's just going to run with, hi, John, I see you're in the same group, Somerset Small Business Association. And I'm sure I know I am missing a bit because there was the extra bit in here. So before I sign off, in global, I created that other tag as well. When my mouse stops messing up, why is it doing that? Let's refresh. Okay, hit it. Let's come down and find. Where's it to? Let me have a look. Intro, friend request. What's that one there? Elmessenger, thank you. Sign off. That might have been that one there. I don't remember that. No. Oh, so we go. Oh, it is that one, but it's in the wrong place. So we go, welcome, see you in the same group, Somerset Business Association, clear off sign off, and then add Somerset friend request. I see you in the same group. Hope you don't mind me being friends. And then we want the sign off. And that should now be in there. And so on this one, it's going to go, hello, John. I see we're in the same group, Somerset Business Association. Hope you don't mind me sending you a friend request. Many thanks, regards, Steve, or whatever the sign off is. And we'll correct this one as well because I messed that one up. We'll take goodbye off there. And we'll add the Somerset friends request. That's why it's important to get your tags right, to save confusion. And you can label these however you want. And then a sign off afterwards, which I'll make sure it's put in the right place. There we go. Except that's now in the wrong place. You can see how it jumps around. So we'll take that one out, and we'll click down here. And then we'll do it again. Somerset friends and sign off. So now I should have it all in there. Click save. And you can come back in and create more and more of these by creating these middle segments for more groups. So I'd come back in and I'd create the next group. If it was ABC business group, then I'd create a new segment for this Somerset tag. All right. And then I'd come into message templates. And because I've done the global messages, so the global messages are the welcome, I see you in the same group, and the hope don't mind me being friends, and the sign off. Those are global tags. They work in any of the tags, the main tags you've created. And then the local one to this Somerset one is actually just the Somerset business one. So now we're going to come back to Facebook, and I'm going to make sure I get the right Facebook group, because otherwise it's nothing more embarrassing than saying the wrong one. So we're going to look for Somerset Small Business Association. Somerset Small Business Association. Here we go. And next week, I'm going to go through how again how to do the post on a page to ask a question and engage with people. So let's make sure we're on Somerset Small Business Association. Let's make sure that matches what's in the back office that I've selected. Somerset Small Business Association. So now what I can do is come down to people, or it may say members. And we just give us a moment or two, and this is now loaded. And so the first step I'm going to do is click in here, type in Somerset. So it's now selected the tag that we selected earlier. And remember, make sure you in here you've selected the correct one. You don't want to be sending out a message to to that group saying, "I see you in the small business advertising group." They'll be going, "What?" And so now we can come down, we can say number of requests. So for this example, I'm just going to run 5, and I'm going to say only new. Right? And the reason for only new is I'm a great believer. Anyone who's recently joined, right, joined in the last 3 weeks, and let's have a look, joined a month ago. This group's a little bit quiet because they're not getting anybody new joining. I make sure as well, right, that the category is correct at the top. You don't want admins and moderators because you don't want them knowing that you're trying to get people from their group. You can do members with things in common if you know, like people who know you if you want. New to the group, I prefer myself. And the first time I'll run 5 just to warm up the group, and we'll hit start. It will ask you to sign into Messenger if Messenger's not signed in. All right. If messenger.com and make sure you log into the web page version of messenger.com, not the app. All right, so it's now going to go into the group, and it's going to go and search for friends that I can become people I can become friends with. All right. We'll let it search a minute. We'll eventually find somebody in the group. This is quite a quiet group that not a lot's going on with, really. And if I really want to, I could actually untick that and tell it to go and find anybody in the group. So we'll see if it finds anyone. If not, we'll go to that. We'll go to the second group instead. So it's found somebody. It's now going to go over to Facebook and ask to be friends with them. It's already done the friend request. Just Give it a few moments. It's going to assign the user to the tag in the back office, and we'll show you that in a moment. And then when it's assigned the user, it'll then switch over to messenger.com. And it's going to go and find that person. Here we are. It's going to put a message in at the bottom here. And so it's sent that message out. The next message, and what's cool about it is every message is different. Think about it. The person's name is different. So it's going to personally tag that person's name in a private message. It's going to say, I see you're in the same group. And then it's going to say the name of the group. And last of all, the sign-off's going to be different, which is why this works so well. Because if you imagine this, if you just went to this group and went add friend and pasted the same message in 80 times, that's going to be spammy. And Facebook's going to go, hang on a minute, this is a bit spammy. What's going on? Plus, the nice thing about this is it's a Chrome extension. So Facebook can't actually tell that anyone's doing this because it's almost like a real human typing into the system. So we'll just see if it's going to find one more. And if it doesn't, then I'll run it on we'll run it on the other group that's much larger. So it's found one more. And you'll see this time the message, after it's done the friend request in a moment, it's going to then also do a completely different message. So we'll just give this a moment. It's running a little bit slow, I think, because we're sharing on Zoom at the moment. So it's going to sign the user, come over, it's going to send them a message. And this time you'll see the message is going to be different. So I've noticed that we're in the same group. Somerset Small Business, hope you don't mind me linking up with you. Many thanks, Steve. So I love what Sarah said. She said, we know you make typo mistakes on purpose. You can show us how to easily go back and fix it. That's the honest truth, Sarah. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. So anytime you want to stop this, I'll see if it'll run one more. And that's why you don't select admins, because you don't want to send a message out saying, I see you in the same group, even though you're an admin. Be a bit embarrassing. So we'll just let this run. And it's great because you can target the leads with this. That's what I love about this. Imagine you can go and search for any group, you know. So we're just making friends at this point, right? We're not inviting anyone to our group yet. That's going to come next week. We'll go over that. So it's just a case of finding people that you can run this with. I'm going to stop this for a minute because I think also we can run this a bit quicker on the other group. So what we're going to do, I'm going to now change it and switch it over to this one, which is the small business advertising. We're going to come back to Facebook and we're going to search for small business advertising Somerset. And so here's the other group. Once again, we're going to go to people. Older groups, it'll say members instead of people. We're going to come down again. And I'm just going to check a minute to see, look, let's come down and look at for new members and see, joined a week ago, joined 2 weeks ago. So there's not too many. I would probably spend a bit more time going into the groups and see the groups where people are joining now, you know, regularly, weekly new members. So it's almost like this group may be a little bit on the stale side, but it's still worth running. So we're going to come in and we're going to search for the Somerset tag again. I've already switched it over in the back office here to this one, and we're going to come back, and now we're going to go. I'll do 5 again. If you're going to do more, up this to more. So like if you're going to do 25, set this to like, you know, 160 or something. Yeah. And then when you're running this, just a little tip for you. If you're running it on your own computer, do it at a time when you're going to go off and have lunch or evening meals or whatever you're going to do, or something with the family. Just leave it running, because what you'll find is if you try and do other stuff, it takes over the browser, and sometimes it can mess you up. And I've tried like working on a different browser, and then this will pop up. If you're typing something, it'll actually type it into the messenger box. So it's a little tip to, a lot of people will have like a spare laptop knocking around or an old computer that you can just get to a browser, Chrome, and put the extension on and run it on that if you can. But if you've only got one machine, then set it going and go off and do, when you're going off to have your food or going to spend time with the family watching telly or whatever, leave it running. By the time you come back, it would have finished. All right. So in this case, I'm going to bring this back down to 35 seconds, but I'll make it 30, between 20 and 30 seconds. And we already selected it. I'm only new members, and I'm going to hit start again. Now, when it comes to inviting people to your group, when they reply back, little tip for you, have Messenger on your mobile phone if you've got a mobile phone, because when people go yes, right, and you got your mobile phone on, it'll pop up, and you can just quickly reply back, go many thanks. So you're then hitting the people that are actually replying back to you rather than watching this screen all the time. And then when leave it a few days, log into Facebook on your phone in a browser or the actual Facebook app, go to your group, and we can show you that in a minute on here. But I love on the phone is it says invite, and just hit the invite button. You invite. So when I'm sat watching telly of an evening, my partner's watching her crime scene shows, and I'm not really interested in them, but I just want to spend time next to her. I'll just hit invite. And then anyone who accepts are the ones that come in. The ones that don't. But the fact is now we are aiming for people. Can you see here down here the business advertising that time? So that's the idea with this, is that we run with this all the way through, and it just keeps going. So it ends up being targeted people that you can invite into your group and give. And the thing with the group, give value first. So you can put a post up. If you can't be bothered to do content, I'd recommend trying to schedule content in your group over a period of time. But let's just say you can be bothered to do content. Just put a thing at the top saying, please post your tips and tricks in, or please share this, please share that. And that's really the best way forward. So we're just going to give this a moment or two. We'll let this one run, and then we'll come back for Q&As. Going to send a message, and you'll see down here now, this one's going to say that the Small Business and Advertising Somerset. So, and now I'm going to press stop. So I won't run all of these now. I'll run this throughout the week, and you'll see in a few days' time, I'll start inviting people, and we'll see how many people we can get into that new group. And anyone who's watching the replay, if you want to be part of this group, part of our group, where we're doing the testing, then you're just going to search for our own group, which is the Somerset Lead Generation and Business Network group, or you can just simply go to facebook.com/groups Somerset Lead Generation. Request to join, we'll approve you and get you inside the group. All right, and then behind this, the idea then will be that I'll start scheduling some posts up in here, so, giving people business ideas, and try and keep your group as fresh as possible as you go along. And really, that's the main settings of this. The replay will be inside of the Facebook groups accordingly. And if you've got any questions, please ask away. You can unmute yourselves because you're inside of the Zoom room. Hopefully I've gone through that in a very calm way. I know we went over slightly by an hour. Barry says, just shows how powerful this is. Yeah, and that's why I back this 100%, Barry. You can see. Have you unmute yourself, Barry? Have you used this yourself so far?
Well, I've set up the group, Stephen, and I've started putting some posts on just to warm it up, really.
Yeah.
But I've not sort of put anything else other than I waited for this evening first. Really. Yeah.
The thing is with anything with Facebook, and the same with Twitter, one of our members had their Twitter account or their Twitter accounts blocked, shut down, right? And I said the reason behind that is because you haven't gone in and put any posts up, right? And more than likely, it can also sometimes be using the same IP address. So a lot of people use their own Facebook account, which is fine, but you do it gently, right? And if you go mad at it, I know one person that used this, but a friend requested a week to 1,000 people. And they got put in Facebook jail. Basically, it's where you can't post, you can't do anything, you can't add friends, because you're going too mad at this. The first warning sign will be when you get a little pop-up box going, you don't know this person. Occasionally you'll still get them anyway, but you may get a pop-up box, or you may say you're doing this too quickly. So warming it up, I can now do 50 requests in a day if I want to. I don't. I do 5 in the morning. I come out here in the morning. I get into my office, I put my computer on, I run that program, and I go and make myself a coffee. Right, and that's 5 in the morning. By the time I have made my coffee, I'll come back out here to my office. It's then done the first 5. Then in the afternoon, when I'm going to pick the kids up in the afternoon from school, I set it running again, and I do maybe 10 or 15, and I leave it. And what's really cool about the software, we will get into this down the line, is what happens when you get to 5,000 friends, you can't add any more. The software you can set it up to delete anyone who hasn't communicated with you in 6 months. And as you guys know, as I showed, I'm sure it was last week, I showed in the contacts that you've got to click a padlock to the person's name. So you move them you create a tag saying friends tags, you move them into that tag, and then you hit the padlock name on their name. So that way then they stay in the friends tag and they can't be deleted from Messenger. All right. Because there's an option in the software you can then run and go, I'm now going to run this to delete anyone out. Now, what I'd recommend with the system, right? And this is what I love about this system is I would set people up and tag them accordingly. I would tag them. Just bear with me a minute. I'm just gonna. Where's the option on here? More. Just there we go. So the option would be that I would untag them accordingly. And I'd lock them and tag them, and then afterwards, if you want to then move them away, anybody who hasn't communicated with you, you say in the system, you can say, anyone who hasn't messaged me in the last beyond 6 months, I'm now going to do the following. I'm going to move them over into a new tag, which is going to be no communication. If they communicate with you, you can then move them back into a communication tag. When you've got everyone in one tag that hasn't come back to you, hasn't been in contact with you, you then say delete them all. And it automatically if you've got like thousands, you'll set it up to do it over a few weeks in the back office. So you'll go and delete, and clear them out, get rid of them.
Stephen, I have a VPN. I did think of perhaps running sometimes on that.
Yeah, absolutely. I run it on my VPN. Yeah. And because what's cool is you can go in on your VPN, log into Facebook, log into Elmessenger Pro, leave it to run, and it isn't affecting your your computer that you're using normally. And you can run that any time of day then on a on a virtual private server, which is really cool. So Mr. Hacker says, I'm running mine on my VPN as I watch you guys. Awesome, you see? And it's just a case of taking action with this software. Don't be scared of it, but if you're starting out, warm up your account with what you're doing, how many friends you add each day. Don't overdo it. When you get to a certain amount of time, then it'll run fine. And it is compatible with VPN purely because it works. It's a browser plugin on Chrome. You can run it on the Brave browsers as well. Something I will show you guys that is a really nice feature. I'll just show you this very quickly. What you can do is set additional profiles up. So you click on your little picture here, and you can add a new profile. And then you sign in on a new Google account. So you create yourself a new Google account, you'll sign in, and then it creates various profiles. So if I want to then run on a separate profile that plugin, I can go to the Chrome store. We'll go to go to the Google Chrome store, search Elmessenger. We come in, we add it to the to Chrome, because you got, this is a new, completely new session underneath that login. All right, not going to worry about that for a minute. So now up here, I can pin this, and now on a completely new session on here, I can now click on here and log in to Elmessenger. I'd open up messenger.com and log in on there, and I'd open up Facebook. As well. So they're the free tags areas you need set up. Log into Facebook, Messenger, and also have Elmessenger Pro installed. All right, and that you log in. And what's really cool about doing it this way is once you've saved that, you want to come back to your normal profile. You just come down and go, okay, I want to come back to my normal profile, and it switches back over. And so you can have one profile for all your personal stuff, and another one accordingly off the back of there. So hopefully that's answered everyone's questions on it. And if there's any other questions, please ask in the chat. Otherwise, that's it tonight, and we're happy to sign off for the evening. So thank you as always, Barry. I'll allow you to unmute. You need to click the unmute button.
That was great, Stephen. Thank you very much. Brilliant, that. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and I just think it's great. So it should show on your yeah. So you can get VPN servers from $26 a month. There are a few good services out there as well. Not sure what you mean by, but it should show on your desktop, but normally it's a subscription service. We do Elmessenger Pro. I've still got one or two left of a lifetime deal that people can oh, okay, Sarah, that's fine. You're planning on returning to YouTube reviews just out of curiosity? Possibly. So, but yeah, Elmessenger Pro normally is $67 a month. But we have a few lifetime accounts, so there are I think there's about one or two left. That people can reach out to me on Messenger directly if you're interested. Once they're gone, they're gone. There aren't going to be any more. There's lots more to this for us to go into, and over the coming weeks we will. But we've gone over. I like to try and keep it around about an hour. We've gone over that, so we're going to now sign off for the evening. Thank you, everyone, and we'll redo some more training next week as well. So that's awesome. Thank you, Barry, for your input, and thank you, everyone, for all your support and interest in what I'm doing. And we'll
Have a good week,
see you
everybody.
soon.